Hi, everyone. This is Pastor Ernie North, and this is your thought for the day. Today's thought comes from Romans chapter 15. We who are strong ought to bear with the failings of the weak and not to please ourselves. Each of us should please his neighbor for his good, to build him up. This is a great verse about us being sensitive to our brothers and sisters and showing them the love of Christ. I want to share with you about a failure we had in our church years ago. We've loved Bible studies and we love small groups. And many years ago, we had a small group that was going to have a 4th of July barbecue. And they invited everybody over. They had plans. They planned after Bible study what they were going to have, what kind of burgers, who was going to bring the chicken, who was going to burn the, or not burn, but build the, or bring the ribs, and how they were going to make the barbecue great. And then all of a sudden, we had a woman who called me in tears, telling me she was uninvited to the barbecue. And the interesting thing is that she was uninvited because they said they loved her. See, this woman was a former alcoholic that was in recovery. She had 3 years of sobriety. And they said that they did not want her to be tempted, so that they were going to uninvite her. Now, this woman was crushed because she realized that they cared more about Bud Light than her. They cared more about having beer at the barbecue than having her presence at the barbecue. The Bible says here that we who are strong ought to bear with the weaknesses of others and not to please ourselves, but to build up and encourage our neighbors. Well, she didn't feel built up. She didn't feel encouraged. As a matter of fact, she went out and drank. That 4th of July was the first time she drank in 3 years, and she lost her sobriety. And she backslid. Why? Because people cared more about themselves and about their good time than they did about their sister's conscience and about her well-being. But that's not the kind of people we're supposed to be. The Bible says that we ought to bear with the weaknesses of others, that we should look out for our neighbor, that we should see how we could build them up and encourage them. I want to encourage you that as you live your life, don't live it just for yourself. Don't live it just to please yourself, but to be sensitive to the people that are around you, to be sensitive to their hurts, to their wounds, their triggers, and to do everything that you can to kind of protect them, protect their weaknesses, but also to show them the love of Christ. Until tomorrow, may God richly bless you.